Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Tuesday evening, let's get down to business. Breaking news, rapper Tory Lanez sentenced 10 years in the penitentiary. Okay, a Los Angeles Superior Court judge handed down the sentence today, just hours ago, okay? Folks, I'm going to be the old man tonight who jumps out the window, who gives you my opinion first. I'll bring you guys in shortly. I'm tired. I'm sick of people, doing this whole conspiracy thing and then nothing happens. Tory has been convicted, okay? And you guys can play around with how much time he's going to do, 85%, good behavior, yada, yada, yada. He can be released after such and such. You can talk about an appeal, but let me just say this. The only way to get an appeal at the appellate level is if there was a trial error, okay? So I'm going to be the old man tonight. I already know the consensus. Sadly, most people, either you don't like Megan Thee Stallion, you hate black women for some reason. Many of you have black daughters, black sisters, black nieces, black mothers, but yet and still, you don't like her. Now, whether he shot her or shot in her direction, whether it was Chelsea, the bodyguard, nobody wants to say anything. I'm tired of this monkey shit. Clean up your fucking communities. Clean up your fucking communities. I don't want to sit through, and I'm glad he got convicted. If he's not gonna tell on himself or the shooter, well then nigga, go sit down. Go sit the fuck down. I don't want to see another conspiracy like Biggie, who nobody knows. Is it Keefy D? Who shot Tupac? And all the notes, and I want to talk about the interview after the sentencing with the hold on a second, the Los Angeles County DA, George Gascon, if I'm saying his name right. Highly decorated. This man served in the U.S. Army. He was also a district attorney in San Francisco, police chief in Arizona. What he said gave me an indication that Los Angeles is not fucking around with rappers. Just because you're a celebrity does not mean you're going to get off the hook. A firearm was discharged. A firearm was discharged. Again, you guys can play around with the numbers and no, he wasn't charged with this or that. Megan Thee Stallion, okay, you hate her. She won 3 Grammys. I got it. I got all that. But I also want to talk about Tanisha G. Wright, okay? She spoke, again, after the sentencing. Do you not care? Tanisha G. Wright, in case you don't know, new director of Bureau of Victim Services, in Los Angeles County. And what they said was a real indication of where Los Angeles is and possibly other states. You gotta pay attention. Also, the judge at the sentencing today, because it was a two-day event, I'll just say that, he said it was difficult to reconcile the kind, charitable person and good father many people described Tory Lanez to be during the sentencing. Many people spoke up on his behalf and so on and so forth. I want to be the old man today. I want to jump out the window and say I don't like Tory Lanez's father. I don't like a nigga from another country, he had 3 years. Was it 3 years that Tory Lanez was, getting at Megan Thee Stallion? You see, it wasn't just a one-night thing where one incident happened. No, this nigga was dragging her for 3 years, making music, trolling her and all sorts of shit. And the judge mentioned that during the goddamn sentencing. Why wasn't Tory Lanez's father, a so-called minister, a man of the cloth, why wasn't he up on, YouTube or Instagram during that 3-year period that we watched Tory get the bag and clown Megan? Why wasn't he making videos telling his son to stop? Phone lines are open right now. Drag her if you like, but at least let's try to be objective this evening. Again, I'm not even going to say oh, he shot her, because so many people, you're still hung up on this thing of, no, there weren't bullets. It was glass in her foot. It was the fragments, no bullets. Okay. You can play that game. You can play that game. But the judge spoke about the campaign of misinformation. You see, that also went into the sentencing. That's what the judge said. Never mind me. The judge spoke about the campaign of misinformation. Now, whether it was YouTubers, I would imagine that's what he was talking about, or some form of press, it has appeared to be a level of insensitivity towards black women. And that's where this female comes in, who spoke again after the sentencing. Let me get her name right again. Tanisha G. Wright, director of Office's Bureau of Victim Services. Anybody want to stand up for black women tonight? Call in. Is this a good thing that happened here today, this sentencing of 10 years? And what is he going to do? 85% or something like that? I saw a couple of people, focused on that after the sentencing, and I didn't want to even give that any attention. Good evening, Frank Whitehead. I got your donation. Frank, you sent me a donation earlier. Thank you for tapping in. Someone else sent a donation. Hang on. We're going to take our time this evening. Is it Vic Damone Jr.? Black men will always get the shaft if it's a case versus a woman. The evidence was shaky. 10 years is crazy. Okay. I'm not one of those I told you so niggas. I don't have a fucking crystal ball. Was it yesterday? I said, fuck it, give him a decade. Salute to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Salute to him. He said back in the 60s to black people, police yourselves so the white man doesn't have to. Yeah, I just don't want to sit around and watch, another conspiracy go on for 20 fucking years. I don't have another 20 years on the planet. I mean, I don't think. But, no, he didn't shoot her. It was Chelsea, but nobody wants to say nothing. Well, somebody say something. Say something. This is your genre, your fucking culture. You call it a culture, okay? Protect it. People have so much goddamn smoke for the Ashkenazis. Ashkenazis, right? We refer to them as the small hats. I respect their power. I respect it. They protect their goddamn culture. Okay, you don't like Megan Thee Stallion. Find out who shot her, or, shot in her direction. The goddamn court has found Tory Lanez, Daystar, guilty, and sat his dumb ass down. Now, let's see if that little nigga can protect his booty, or will he be in protective custody, okay? Okay, let's get those phones rolling. I see you. Also, let me say early here, Melly Mel has responded to Eminem. Whoo, chow. Power Pack night. Folks, I just need to ramble. I'll get to you guys shortly. Melly Mel has responded. I heard a snippet, not the whole song. It's trending already. I want you on these phone lines talking. I want to hear from you. But let me say this, because I'm going first tonight. I'm going first. Is it trash? No. It's not trash. That's your great-grandfather still spitting it in his 60s. He clapped right back. He clapped right back at the white boy, Eminem. Huh? Where is Pusha T? Pusha T has not responded to Jim Jones. Pusha T took a L to Jim Jones. Some of you were promoting this fake AI Pusha T. Oh, no, he got back at Jim Jones. No, he hasn't. Anyway, Melly Mel got back at Eminem. It's not trash. Now, just because I'm from that era doesn't mean I'm going to co-sign Melly Mel. But I want to say this. If you think it's trash, then 80% or more of your pioneers were trash, because he was the best of the best, the creme de la creme. He set the fucking standard. Black radio did not want to support hip hop, regardless of what you may have heard. Black radio didn't want to play rap music. Salute to Mr. Magic, my homie Chuck Chillout, who I talk to all the time. Red Alert. Do you know the struggles they went through just to play rap music? Black radio didn't want to fuck with it, but they had to because of what Melly Mel and the Furious Five came out with, the message. Here's what I respect about what Mel, his response to Eminem. He kept it in his time period. You may not like the music, but that's the music of his time period. If he would have came out with some trap music, or if he would have got Hitmaker or some younger producer to try and be, as you guys say, relevant, then you'd try to clown him. That's Mel. His bars haven't changed. Why should he music, pop music for 8 years of my fucking life before you ever heard of me at Atlantic Records? I promoted the biggest, Rat, Winger, Skid Row, Debbie Gibson, and a host of others. A host of others. They're pioneers when they go on the road, and when they're still on the road till this day, they play the music from their era. They don't try and update the sound. Very rarely, if at all. They may get with a younger producer just for, a little something just to laugh at, but they keep it within their time period. Melly Mel kept the music from his time period. I respect that. I respect that. He didn't have to go get some other rapper, to my knowledge. I mean, again, I only heard a snippet, to be a guest on the track. He got busy. He said, I would give you £1, but I'd break your hand. Again, I'm not trying to sway your opinion. If you think it's trash, that's fine. But if you think Melly Mel is trash, then 80% or more of your fucking pioneers were trash, because their flow was very different. Very different. It suited the times and it projected the future. Do you know that? What they did at that period of the building stages of hip hop projected the future. Peace to the God, Rakim Allah. If you even go back to listen, because a lot of you people, you dismiss your pioneers as old school. That's a harsh fucking term, old school. It's derogatory, if you ask me. Phone lines are open. Also, hang on a second. I got a power pack show for you this evening. I'm ready to talk. Guys, in my community section, holy smokes. Can you see that showrunner? The Mad Rapper has responded to Fat Joe's claims about recording an album of tracks with Notorious B.I.G. Now, let me give you some context. Who is the Mad Rapper? Well, he's a pioneer. He's a fucking architect. Oh, yeah. The Mad... Now, I can't sit here and say... it's hard to separate, Derek D. Angeletti, my homie, who knows me as Troy, and I know him as Derek. We go back like fucking shell toes, plaid pants, and mock necks. He's one of the top 5 best, greatest producers in the fucking history of hip-hop and rap music. Top 5. We go back to his Two Kings in a Cypher period. He responded. Oh, pardon me. Shh. Mad Rapper responded. Go listen. Take that audio. He wants you to repost it. And let me just say to Fat Joe. Joe, homie, nobody wants to kick you back, and we like you. I can't say I love you because streets got no love, and you never even bought me a fucking sandwich. All that goddamn airplay I gave you, Terror Squad, when the rest of the station wasn't fucking with you, but it's not personal. You're doing too much, homie. You're doing too much. There are people on these microphones who were there and even before you, and we know the real. I'm just going to say that. but the Mad Rapper has responded. And Joe, the Mad Rapper don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Guys, I want you to keep Panda Chop in your bookmark tabs on YouTube. Panda Chop News. Oh, he's going to talk about this. But the Mad Rapper has responded to Fat Joe's claims about recording tracks that nobody can find, lost in a flood or a fire or something. Okay? All right. We'll come back to that. All right. Also, this evening, guys, I want to get some of my sponsors on the line early. And, folks, if you're a sponsor, you should have a wrench in that live chat. And you do not have to just call in to talk about the trending topic. You can just call in to remind me and other, of the listeners about something going on with your business, your sales, or anything. Okay, you can just say, "Star, I just want to holler real quick. If you can, just mention such and such." Okay. All right, phone lines open. Hang on a second, Blade. I got your email. I don't know what you're talking about, Blade. Can you can you elaborate? Is that just some cap? Is that trolling? I don't want to just spit shit out there. Okay. Okay. All right, we're talking about Tory Lanez tonight, guys. That's the big story, of course. And salute to Neek at Night on YouTube. Her and I, we've chopped it up in the past. Great journalism. She was at the courthouse yesterday and today. Salute to her and her team. There's a gentleman, I think he's down with her. He was wearing a black shirt and he has cornrows. Salute to that young man. He gave a great breakdown about, the consecutive years and he gave great insight as to what the judge was saying inside the courtroom. Neek at Night. Check her out on YouTube. She was at the courthouse, okay? King Tony got your donation. Okay, thank you for your donation, King Tony. I'm not sure where you're going, but okay, salute you, okay? Ooh, there he is, Ricky Dredd tapping in early. Area code 416 from the 6th. We Love Hip Hop, Ricky Dredd.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
Star, they got my boy.
Yeah.
They got our guy, Star.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that nigga.
They got the boy Tory.
Hey, he's not FBA. I want you to hear me clearly. Fuck that nigga. Coming from Canada, down here getting the bag, clowning a foundational black American female, Grammy Award winner. Fuck that nigga. Go ahead.
Oh, listen, I got to say this. The 6 has taken an L today. We got to hold the L. People were expecting less time, maybe about 5 years, but I was always standing on he'll probably get 10 years. They wanted 22, but I was expecting the 10 years. I just finished doing a live just now for the last maybe hour and a half, hour 40 minutes.
Promote it.
And we were talking about the case.
Promote your platform.
Yeah. Go check out the live. I literally just got off the live and I see you go live and I was like, oh, great timing. Yeah. Check out my channel, We Love Hip Hop Network. We broke down the whole thing. We've been talking about this for the last 2 years.
As you should.
That's part of the reason why I feel like he got such a heavy sentence, or what people consider a heavy sentence.
Why?
It's been dragged on for too long. It dragged on for too long. There was too much stuff that got in between in the mix over the whole 2-year span.
Okay.
And I felt that the judges were just tired of it after this. They're like, you know what? Just lock him up. Give them whatever. They don't care. They don't have their heart in it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can't even say free Tory. It's just hold your head, Tory. It is what it is.
No. Don't drop the soap, goofy nigga. I'm gonna say that. Now listen, I respect you and salute to your platform. You're out of Toronto. No, the judge didn't get tired. Everybody got tired, and the people in Los Angeles who had to deal with this nonsense. And let me point out, in case you didn't catch her name, Tanisha G. Wright, the new director for Bureau of Victim Services. They were talking about black women in particular. And this goofy nigga and his goofy fucking father, who needs to keep Jay-Z's name out of his mouth now, talking about Jay-Z. Where was this goofy nigga? What is his name? Sunstar? Where was this nigga when his son was trolling and making music about and taking shots at Megan? Where was that goofy nigga? Why wasn't he on YouTube or Instagram saying, Tory, stop, fall back? Why? Why not?
That was supposed to be his lawyer's job, to be honest. his lawyer should have told him from the beginning, the first lawyer that he had, to shut up, wait for the case, because everything that happened in between, like I said before, Star, is what brought us to today. And that phone call. We heard the phone call afterwards once they sentenced him or once they gave him his conviction. But they heard that phone call in the courtroom. So whether the phone call wasn't about the shooting or it was just about being too drunk, no matter what it was about, it just sounded guilty. It sounded bad. Mm-hmm. So imagine we're hearing this after the case. They heard it in real time.
Mm-hmm. Ricky Dredd, I got a lot of respect for you, but what about black women and Megan Thee Stallion? Never mind Tory right now. Never mind his fucking issues. What about a black woman? Whether you think she was shot or shot at, whether you think there was bullet fragments or glass in her foot, are her cries not important?
I think they're very important. But here's my take, and it might be a hot take. I don't think he shot her. I think her friend shot her.
Tory.
I think
Ricky. Never mind him. Again, what about Megan Pete, a college graduate? Come on.
Yeah, maybe her and her friend need to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Woman on woman crime, woman on woman battery. It happened.
Right.
Right? It doesn't make it right. But, you know, if it was a domestic issue where Tory was beating the shit out of her, then maybe we could talk about that. That's definitely wrong. But a lot of people believe that it was Chelsea who shot her. They were fighting over the D.
We've said that on this show here. That's a possibility. Even if it was Chelsea who, you know, pow, 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 because there was no residue or fingerprints or anything on the gun connected to Tory. Oh, okay. But what about Megan? Again, let's go back to Megan, a black woman. Maybe you can't relate because you're not American, you're from Canada. Do her cries not mean a fucking thing? Young black girls coming up, are their cries to be, you know, hushed? Hush, somebody shot at you. So what? That's regular shit. Is that where we are?
Nah, we still have to protect women, protect black women. But where Meg went wrong is the whole media storm. When she went out there and she lied on the interview with Gayle King, different things like that. It started pulling the sympathy away from her. So yes, she was hurt and we should feel bad for her. You know, salute to Meg. But you shouldn't get up on the TV and start lying, because then it starts making your story look shaky.
Okay. Now, before you go,
it's hard to give her complete sympathy.
Gotcha. God, thank you for taking that time to focus on her. All right, so if Tory didn't shoot her, and you're gonna speculate maybe it was Chelsea, and Tory has been convicted and sentenced, should Tory now speak up and say it wasn't me, or should he just do what, you know, do the black thing? Shh, don't be telling, and just do your time. Just do your time, nigga. Shut your mouth and do your time. Finish up.
Well, in the live that I was doing before, there was a statement that he put out, and he did say in a statement that for the I don't want to word it wrong, but for any incidents that went down that night, that he does apologize and he feels remorse, right? Or he feels something in those.
He didn't apologize to Megan.
It doesn't.
He didn't apologize to Megan.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that he's admitting to shooting anybody. But
But he did not apologize to Megan. Ricky Dredd, he did not. I watched several sources who said repeated what he said in that courtroom. He did not apologize to Megan. Go ahead.
Maybe he doesn't feel he needs to apologize. Maybe her friend is the one who needs to apologize.
There you go.
Right? Chelsea might have called her and said, "Yo, sorry for shooting you, Meg."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I ain't no snitch.
The case because
I ain't telling.
Right?
Yeah.
They might have solidarity between women that we're seeing right there. And I'm not, listen, this is just speculation. This is speculation. Right? I don't want to disrespect Megan anyway. You know, she was hurt. But it could have been a solidarity between the two. You know, let this nigga catch the case. You've been my friend since day one. Okay, we caught a bump in the road, but we ain't gonna throw that away for some nigga. And there you go. Now he's the one doing the time, but Chelsea was the one with the smoking gun.
Allegedly, you don't know that for certain. You know, Tory has been convicted and sentenced. Don't start putting Shelly's name out there. Go ahead.
Because he's going to be doing 10 years. Technically, let's say around 7 if you're doing 2/3. He might come home for good behavior because apparently, you know, people in jail have been writing letters for him saying that he's a good guy.
Right.
He does have a bunch of mixtapes that I did talk about on my live earlier.
No, we will not be promoting. No, I'm sorry. I won't be promoting his tapes.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not promoting it.
Fuck that nigga.
That he prepared.
Fuck his music. No, I'm not promoting his shit. Fuck it. Do your time, nigga. Fuck that nigga. No, sorry.
I'm just saying it might be a sign of things, right? He might have been preparing himself. Like, this might be coming up. Let me just get a bunch of stuff ready because I might not be coming home for a while.
Do your time, nigga. Hey, before you go, did you hear Melly Mel's response to Eminem, Ricky Dredd from We Love Hip Hop?
Oh, listen, I heard the Eminem track, and I did post that up on my page on my Instagram page, We Love Hip Hop Network.
Okay.
But I didn't hear the Melly Mel. I'm just hearing it from you right now because you're up on the news real quick. I'm gonna go listen to it. To be honest, Star, I'm not really trying to hear some type like. I'm from that time as well.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
But in 2023. It's just not going to do it for me. But I'll listen.
Ricky Dredd, thank you for tapping in, man. Salute. Thank you.
Yo, thank you, Star. Salute.
Okay. All right. That's my guy, Ricky Dredd. We Love Hip Hop. He's out of Canada. You don't have to like what I'm saying, you know, just because I'm an older man. But salute to an older architect. Not just a legend, but a fucking architect. And the reason why I took the time to talk about hip-hop radio and the formula that was crafted so that you could eat. How dare you? How dare you not even give it a listen? I'll even go as far as to say black people. A lot of you hate your fucking history. That's why you don't listen to jazz music. You don't listen to the blues. Yo, that's that old shit. What did my father used to say, and many of your grandparents? Niggas know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Hang on a second. I'm gonna bring some calls in, but I wanna, put some respect on the people who support this machine. Willie, got your donation, calling you from 732. I don't see you in the queue, sir. I'll come back in a second. Daryl, I got your donation. Tory crashed out over Meg and Kylie. He got to sit. I agree. He crashed out. High on that shit or something. I don't know, allegedly. Well, they were drinking, If Chelsea shot a nigga, tell, hoe-ass nigga. Tell and get dipped. That's short for deported. Get dipped and go home. Take your bitch ass home. Dominic, I got your donation. ONS riding on non-FBAs. Church. Wow, okay. Okay. Marlon, I got, what is this? Okay. Now, I'm not promoting nobody's diss tracks. Sorry. Thank you, Marlon. I send you a donation. I'm not promoting diss tracks, with the exception of Melly Mel and Eminem. The judge spoke about at the sentencing today the campaigns of misinformation. So this is a time where the social engineering of the internet by way of the urban genre worked against Tory Lanez, if you're so fucking concerned about Tory Lanez. That's what the judge said. They're watching you. Morehouse Entertainment, okay. Thank you for your support, sir. Okay. I think this is that Willie, area code 732. Good evening, Willie. Thank you for your support. Where do you want to start, sir? Or ma'am? Willie? Yes.
Peace. What's going on? Yeah.
Peace. How are you, sir?
Nah, this is Gifty the guy.
Peace.
I got Willie on the Cash App though.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
And, I'm calling from New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I just calling. You know what I mean? To say, flip Tory Lanez. He's lame. You know what I mean? He's lame. He ain't had no business pulling no pistol out on a female at all. And I just, I don't wish jail on nobody, but I don't feel sorry for him at all.
Yeah.
And I think that the court definitely they took it easy on him. They could have gave him 22 years. You know what I mean? But 10, I predicted that too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I told my brother yesterday, but they went easy on him. He took it to trial.
Okay.
Usually when people take it to trial, you get the heavier part of the sentence.
Right, yeah. That's called blowing trial for those who don't know. I'm not gonna act like some jailhouse lawyer like I knew what they were gonna give him. No, I had no fucking idea. I'm just tired of his goofy ass and his bozo ass father. His father is a minister, man of the cloth, but yet and still when Tory was dragging Megan for the 3 years that the court pointed out, we didn't hear from his father. His father wasn't saying, yo, son, stop, get off of social media. But his father got the nerve to put Jay-Z's name in his mouth now. I didn't like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's what happens, though. The apple don't fall far from the tree.
Facts.
So most of the time when you see these lame jokers, they was either raised by their mom or they was raised by a lame-ass dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it goes. So.
Yeah. Any thoughts
I just don't understand the infatuation with people like, riding with him. I just don't get it. I mean, he lame, he corny, he's a cornball. I mean, but people riding with him, hating on Meg, I just don't understand it. From the rip, she was trying to protect him in the beginning.
Facts.
Because he probably did it, but he didn't. Most likely he didn't shoot on purpose. He was just feeling himself drunk. I mean, he partying with the stars. The white girl was feeling him, so he feeling himself.
Right.
And he pulled that thing out and probably just was trying to show off. Shot at the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And mistakenly hit her. And he should have copped out. That's what he should have did. He gonna take it to trial like a dummy. I don't know what he was thinking, but
yeah. If I can say this, I appreciate what you're saying. Even at my highest, peak, I would not grab a gun and shoot at a female and say, "Dance, bitch," if that's what happened. That's a certain psychological issue when you can point a gun at somebody and taunt them or rip a few shots because, a drunk person speaks a sober mind. You've heard that, yes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He lame, man.
Yeah.
He lame. He's trying to portray something that trying to portray gangster. You know what I mean? He from up top. He wasn't raised out here. You know what I mean? He's feeling himself, and that's what he get.
Yeah. Hey, man, have you heard the Melly Mel clap act to Eminem?
Yeah. I heard it.
What do you think?
Yeah, I heard it. I ain't gonna. I mean, Melly Mel's a pioneer.
Right.
He's the architect for a lot of MCs out here. He laid the foundation, So I ain't gonna disrespect my elders. You know what I mean, the ones that came before me. You know what I mean, but it's alright. It's alright. But I respect the fact that he.
I would give you a pound, but I'd break your hand.
Word. He told him he back on the pills again. You know what I mean? Word. So, yeah, I ain't gonna disrespect the elders, but that track is, man.
Okay. Well, listen, I just want to say this again. I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion, but the reason why I gave you the context about black radio rejecting hip hop culture. I was there working at Atlantic Records, Virgin, so on and so forth. You know this. That song was crafted and it was so well executed to the point where they had no choice but to program it. Back in those days on
Which one, The Message?
WBLS 107.5 in New York City. Yes, the message. It.
But you know what?
Hang on. Let me just say this, sir. Let me say this. It transcended black radio. White people caught a hold of that and said, "Ooh, it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going." They came right behind the Sugar Hill Gang rappers' Delight. Then black radio said, "Ooh, maybe we should program this." They were doing market tests. So he deserves a lot more credit than what people even fucking realize. Take it from old nigga Star. Go ahead. You were saying?
Word. That's facts. Big up. I mean, big up to him. Big up to the pioneer. He laid it down. He laid it down for us. I mean, but I like the song Beat Street. That's one of my joints right there. He murdered that.
Yeah.
Beat Street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The king of the beat.
Yeah.
He murdered that.
I'll just say this one last thing before you go. Melly Mel was that guy that the drug dealers took notice to. Supreme Team and all those guys. Melly Mel was so ahead of his time and such an architect that Supreme Team and all those old school Brooklyn niggas who never even get their props. I'm talking about way before Alpo and Rich Porter. Hip hop was something new, and Melly Mel was rapping about, not just their lifestyles, but about society. That's what separated him when he started talking about society, not just, fucking bitches and partying. But I thank you for your call, sir.
Nas took that blueprint.
Who?
Nas. He took that blueprint with,
he
rapping about society, society.
He came behind Melly Mel. Let's not get it twisted here. Bronx created it, sir.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He took that blueprint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you for your call, sir. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Okay, peace. Nas came later. BX stand up. Blade, I didn't get, okay, I'm sorry, Blade, I see your email right here. Charlotte, I got your Cash App. Thank you so much. She says, always keeping it 100. Thank you, darling. And you have a very nice picture, your AVI. Thank you for your support. Sir Shy, proud of Meg, Melly Mel, and Alabama FBA's winning. Yeah, let's get on that type of time tonight. I don't want to sit here and talk about this goofy nigga getting an appeal. In case you didn't catch the show earlier, let me repeat. The only way to get an appeal at the appellate level is if there was a trial error. Pardon me. The only way to get an appeal at the appellate level is if there was a trial error, which I don't think there was. I don't like what the fuck Tory Lanez lawyers said after the sentencing. He came out in front of the courthouse. He's, talking with his fancy fucking suit. One of the reporters asked him a question. He tried to say, well, it's a hip hop thing. They were both going back and forth. No, they weren't. Your fucking client was going in on Megan Thee Stallion. Now, that's his job, to try and make his client, seem like what he did was not so bad, yada, yada, yada. And then somebody asked him about Chelsea. Well, I don't represent Chelsea, yada, yada, yada. But he tried to make it seem like they were both going back and forth, and this was a hip-hop thing, and, it's not that deep. No, it's that deep. Just want to say that. Is it Mangle? I can't pronounce your name. Y'all defending Tory when there were already reports about him locking females in the bathroom and not letting them leave the house, taking them hoes hostage. Okay. I'm not defending that goofy nigga. He's goofy, and his father's goofy too. Where is 862? You're on the line. Good evening. 862, is this Brock? How are you, Brock? Brock, are you there? No? Okay, sit tight. Let me try a different line here. I'm doing a lot right now. Is that Brock? Area code 862. Yes, no, maybe. Brock, are you there? You ready? Okay, I got to keep it pushing. Are you ready? Brock, pick it up. Brock, pick it up. All right, I got to keep it going, folks. Let me go to area. Here's a 917 number. 917, are you ready? Good evening. 917. Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up, Stars Lock, man? Hey, yeah, like I said, Team Melly Mel, man. Melly Mel rocked it, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Melly Mel.
What area code are you calling from, sir? What area code are you calling from?
Me? 917.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I had somebody else on hold. Go ahead,
New York.
Go ahead, Team Melly Mel, you said. Go ahead.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, your assessment earlier pretty much took the words right out of my mouth, man.
Okay.
It was on point. Yeah, Melly Mel. Yeah, in my opinion, man, yeah, you know, if I give you a pound to break your hand, man, I was strong, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't expect. I don't even think, we're going to get a fair assessment anyway.
I like the fact that he clapped back so fast. So where the fuck is Pusha T?
Me too.
Jim Jones got at that nigga.
That's right.
Crickets, huh?
Yeah, that's right. That absolutely. Absolutely. They did what he's supposed to do. Kept it within the tradition.
Right.
You know? I mean, you know, I don't know what everybody talking about. Oh, yeah. Eminem uses metaphors and puns and similes and
right.
Whatever narratives, iambic pentameters. You know what I mean? Like, as if, you know, said it makes make no difference, man.
Right.
Oh, he got a 70 flow. Look, he clapped back, man.
Clap back.
Like, I mean, 70s and 80s is what made the art great anyway.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, you know what I mean? So, I stand behind the Grand Master Melly Mel, yo. Yeah, and I like Beat Street, too. I like all that King of the Streets.
Yeah. That's the origins. It's the origins.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, you know? No, so, I'm Team Melly Mel all day, man. All day.
I appreciate the call, man. Hey, any thoughts on Tory Lanez? Any thoughts on Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years?
Tory Lanez. Yeah, I agree with what you said, man. You can't be shooting up FBA women, man.
No.
You know, I guess he was a cornball.
Right.
And I guess he's going to have to do the time for it, unfortunately, you know.
If you didn't do it, nigga, tell us who
pulling
did.
out guns, man.
Tell us who did,
you know
nigga.
What I mean?
If
Suckers don't fight, they pull out guns.
If you didn't do it, nigga, tell us who did. And let me say this. Say this. He's lucky that didn't happen in Florida because Florida used to have, or maybe they still do have that, all-in law. If somebody shoots somebody from a vehicle in Florida, everybody gets charged with the same crime. You know that in Florida? It used to be like that.
Nah, I know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't hang out in Florida.
Yeah. I appreciate the call, man. Salute. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey,
yes, sir.
Take it easy. Peace.
Okay, peace. Folks, the Mad Rapper has responded to Fat Joe. The Mad Rapper said you can take that audio and replaster it. He says you can remix it, do whatever the fuck you want. Even though my voice is on there, he said, yo, start telling niggas to take the audio. Joe, you're out of control. Fat Joe, you're out of control, man. Nobody wants to disrespect you, Joe. You're younger than me, you know? I saw you coming up doing all that extra shit, you know? You've held down hip-hop, you know, for a lot of years, decades. You've fed a lot of niggas, you know? Your whole team has flipped on you. That's another story, but you got to get help. And troll babies, if you don't know who the Mad Rapper is, Google it. Derek Angeletti. Anybody in the live chat know what I'm talking about? Fat Joe says D-Dot and Stevie J produced the tracks with him and Biggie. D-Dot always responds to my text messages. I hollered right at him and he didn't get right back. And I said, that's a little weird. Because, I mean, I know he's busy. He's got businesses out in Pennsylvania doing the damn thing. Then all of a sudden, you know, somebody puts me in contact with the Mad Rapper. And there you go. Joe, The mad rapper don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Joe. That's all safe right now. Guys, sit tight on the phones. I also want to promote Spirit. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Classic R&B, great jazz. I mean, the selection is just impeccable. Subscribe to that channel. I'm going to leave it right there. Spirit, do you want to call in? If so, shoot me an email. Okay? Let's do some promotion here tonight. Skylar Saunders, if you want to call in. Skylar did a video on Iggy Azalea, which I have not posted yet. But Skylar, you're welcome to call in. Drew, who I got your donation. M pissing on a legend, and they just don't care. Well, hey, the architect clapped back. He's not just a legend. I can give you even more detail, but I don't want to do too much about why Melly Mel is a fucking architect. But listen to the track and get back to me, please. Sir Shy. Oh, I totally forgot. Sir Shy, thank you for reminding me. Folks, in my community section is a new lawsuit, yet another, a 6th and 7th person now suing Rashawn Casey, that scumbag lowlife degenerate Cesar Pina and his wife. I'm not going to take shots at his wife. Listen, but her name is on the promissory notes. So in the community section, download that lawsuit. This is number 6 and 7. Oh, I did some sucker shit today. I sent that PDF file to 3 executives at iHeartMedia. People I haven't spoke to in damn near 15 years. Just send. Ping. Also, Tony B got your donation. Obama FBA got knocked out by a short cubby spick. Oh. Okay. I don't know where you're going, but thank you. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. Julian got your donation. I think Tony will only do Tory. Okay, you meant to say Tory. Will do 5 years, if that. Okay. Well, sir, and he's got to do 85%. That much I do know. He has served what? How long has he been locked up, guys? Since December? Less than a year. So no, sir, he's not going to do 5. Sir. No. They're going to make an example of that goofy, And I'm okay with that, but thank you for your donation, Julian, okay? You are appreciated, sir. Let's get back to the phone lines here. Area code 908. Good evening. Melly Mel has clapped back. The mad rapper doesn't know what the fuck Fat Joe's talking about. Are you there?
Yo. Brooklyn Giggles in the check-in. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Just the man I wanted to speak to. There was a Nigerian soccer player. Somebody stepped on her in the do you know what I'm talking about? The World Cup or what? What is that? What is that? It's not the World Cup. What is it?
It must be the one. I don't know. I didn't see that, but I know they have the women's World Cup going on right now.
Okay.
But I didn't see that one.
Okay. What's going on? But, what do you want to start?
Man. Yeah, it's kind of a sad day, man. A non-FBA going to jail for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's a sad moment. Like, I'm not with the whole, shooting anybody, or whatever the case is. But look, man, we can agree to disagree. Meg didn't really, in my mind, didn't give me enough reason to back her in regards of the shooting. That's just my opinion. I think that Gayle King interview, that did it for me. That did it for me. And yes, she was shot at. Yes, but I didn't see no. It was a glass. It was a glass on her foot. Not a freaking shot wound. No, I am no conspiracy theorist, sir. But it's just not enough for me to say this guy did it. He should have snitched. He's gonna give up all this good stuff just to protect a woman that I believe shot Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna have to.
But you have no proof. Hang on. I want you to continue talking. I appreciate your support as always. But you have no proof. You just have an issue with FBA women. You're a tether. You're a tether. You don't care about FBA. You don't care about FBA women being shot at. Keep it real. You're Nigerian.
Nah. So what? So what if I'm Nigerian? Doesn't mean that I want any black woman to go to jail. I mean, or get shot at. Like, come on,
you don't
man.
even
like,
want FBA's getting reparations. We've been there before. We're talking
Yo, how
talk
many
tonight.
times we gonna keep having this conversation, yo? I never said that shit, yo. You keep saying I said that. I ain't never said that shit, yo. But you wanna keep going with the lie? Let's go with the lie. Okay. Let's keep going with the lie.
Got to nigga out of character. Pay attention.
I never said that.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I ain't never said that, but it's all good. Listen, man.
Come on.
Tory Lanez should have snitched. He should have snitched. Now he got to face the consequences. Now my man gonna be taking pictures, showing his fucking chest with all these big bubbas next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna have to deal with that. And I don't know if you noticed, but Meg and her stylist, they just posted it on Shade Room. They celebrating, drinking wine, celebrating. Tory going to prison.
I hope she's up in Papados right now. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Ow, ow. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. Listen, you're right. I don't got no proof. You're right. I don't got no proof. But
proof.
I'm not for any black innocent man. I don't. FBA or non-FBA, I don't support any innocent men going to jail. You know how many men went to prison for falsely accused of whatever, they went to prison for 20 years, and it turns out that they didn't even do anything. That's what I fear, that this is going to create like a web of situations where black men are going to be falsely accused of shooting somebody, which wasn't even the case, but because of the Megan Thee Stallion situation, they're going to use as a platform now. But I get it, Star. I don't got proof. I don't got the evidence. You're right. In California, the gun laws, they're serious about gun laws over there. Because, it's the same with New York. Shine got 10 years in New York for that. So I get it.
Sir, Shine panicked on the trigger. Don't even bring that little bird chest nigga into the equation. He panicked. Bang, 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 bang. He was no legend on the streets of Brooklyn. That's cap. That's cap. He was a frail nigga. Trust me, I know. He panicked, shot a girl in the face, and then tried to say, I was defending Diddy. No, you were shook, scared to death, scared to look. Go ahead. Fuck out of here with that, man.
I get you. The gun laws in a lot of these states, you can't play around with that. And Tory, if that was his gun, then he messed up big time. Yeah, okay. I don't believe I don't believe that he shot Megan Thee Stallion, but that's just my opinion. Right. Now he's not gonna do 10 years. I think with good behavior, he'll get out in 5. So that's just me.
Yeah, I hope he does 7. But hey, man, did you hear Melly Mel clapping back at Eminem?
You know what's crazy? I heard the snippet while you were talking about it. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to look at. I kind of had to look at it from your perspective, because I've heard Melly back in the day. I've heard. Yes, I've heard the message. I've heard all of that. The thing I would say is this: it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I tell you one thing: it was definitely better than when Nick Cannon was trying to get at Eminem. It was way better than that. I tell you that much. But that's just me.
Thank you for your call and your support as always, Brooklyn Giggles. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Me I bleach, my nigga.
Me I bleach. Folks, do I deserve props tonight? I got that tether in his feelings. We've never heard Brooklyn Giggles scream like that. Troll babies, did you hear that? Nigga screaming. I'm sipping a little Biltmore tonight, Merlot. It's nice. It's nice. Give me a second, guys. On the screen, FlorenceAmari.com. Florence, I'm waiting for you to call in to promote your platform whenever you're ready. Okay, I want to drive that traffic to you. You've got a great platform. You're selling some really, really quality products, okay? you have that option. If not, just maybe you can shoot me some bullet points of some things I can mention, any type of sales. Okay, let me know. All right. Okay, and Brock, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Blade tapping in. At first I thought you were the mad rapper on the sly back in the day. No, that was my guy. Still is my guy. D-Dot, Derek Angeletti. Yeah. He and I go back like sheepskins. And V-neck sweaters. That's very far back. He has responded. Blade, I want your thoughts. And guys, go to the Mad Rapper's YouTube channel and leave a comment. He just gave you some light bars today. Joe, in the name of Jesus, holler at D-Dot, Joe. I have not spoken to D-Dot yet. You're doing too much, Joe. Joey Crack, all right? Hang on a second, guys. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Hey, Ashley. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. Good to hear from you. Salute to you, okay? Do you have a platform that you want us to promote? Send me a link, okay? Thank you so much for tapping in. CVR, where are you? CVR, call in. I'm on the line. Read the book. Okay. What is your area? Okay, hang on a second, CVR. CVR, my main homeless nigga on the trigger.
What's up?
How are you, man?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Life skills cracking.
Yo, you know I'm about to go in, right? So You were just talking about the Fat Joe D-Dot situation. And I remember one time that you actually compared my my cadence when I'm on the mic to D-Dot, a.k.a. the Mad Rapper. So, salute to the Hitman and all that. But, I read the Book of Jose, and Fat Joe did mention that he did have some tracks with Biggie that were going at Tupac and that they are never going to be released. Nowhere in that book did he mention that they were produced by any of the Hitmen or the Mad Rapper specifically. So, if Joe's over here writing memoirs, he might be going through the early stages of dementia.
Yeah.
This could be possible. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm in Florida right now. I hang around, when I'm bouncing around and everything, the most Latins that actually, embrace me are Puerto Ricans. And they tend to stretch the truth a lot in comparison to a lot of the other Latins across the Latin diaspora. So that could be the case as well, too. Mm-hmm. So I'm not putting all the stock in.
CVR, hang on a second. Hang on. I want you to go to Panda Chop News on YouTube. He has everything.
Panda Chop.
Panda, Panda,
like chop,
CHOP.
Or like shop.
Listen. Panda Chop News. He's got everything. Fat Joe said out of his own Ros Compoya mouth.
Damn.
That the hitmen produced those tracks. Stevie J and D-Dot. He said it.
Yeah, that wasn't in the book. But I
don't give a goddamn about the book.
Joe probably said that.
Go to Panda Chop.
That's a good book, though.
Okay, well.
Yo, but
I'm giving you a source.
On the Mel Eminem tip?
Well, no. Don't try and shift gears. I just gave you a valid fuck. And Troll Babies, what was the other platform that Fat Joe, it was a recent interview. It wasn't Vlad TV. Was it, hold on a second. What was the latest interview he did? Fat Joe. Hold on. Let's take our time with this. He doubles down and he says, here it is. Cam Capone News. CVR.
Damn.
Cam, C-A-M, Capone News. He says it. The Hitmen, Stevie J and D-Dot. Now, he says 8 to 10 tracks. On Vlad TV, 4 to 5 years ago, he said 2 or 3 tracks. The Mad Rapper has responded. Make sure you listen to that video in my community section. Now you can shift gears. Go ahead.
Copy.
Go ahead.
Copy. Yeah, but yeah, I hate to I hate to kick down at Joe. You know what I mean? Just to end on that note, like I hate to kick at Joe. You know what I mean? Because I really respect him as an MC from an MC basis. Yeah. But yeah, it could be early stages of dementia or just a Puerto Rican stretching the truth.
Yeah.
As for the Melly Mel Eminem situation, when it comes down to that, Melly Mel, like, yeah, he's a godfather of hip hop. He is one of the originators of the culture. Like over in the West Coast, when we play Ice Cube's "Check Yourself," it's always the Message remix. We don't even play the DJ Muggs track, which honestly was the harder version on the Predator album.
Facts.
But we always played the Message remix. Yeah. That was the first time I ever heard of Grandmaster Melly Mel. Mm-hmm. And then, years later, I see him on RPK Slay.
Yeah. That song, hang on a second, CVR. It's not just a classic. It's a fucking monumental song. It broke through the barriers. It made black radio, which was hating on hip-hop and rap music. That's a fucking fact. They were hating. It made them play that song. You see, history, people like to romanticize and change the truth, but they rejected it.
Word.
They rejected it, Go ahead.
Word. And the beautiful part about that, to piggyback on your statement right there, is the fact that, yeah, Melly Mel came out with the Message, and that's the first reality rap song. Literally. And, I spend all day today listening to Cool G rap, you know what I'm saying? I spend my time listening to, like, Nas, KGR, Necro, stuff like that. Like, that's my field of hip-hop that inspires me.
I wouldn't say it was the first. It was the first reality-based rap song that broke through. I would have to go back and check some other history. But let's say the first one to break through on radio. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, the first commercialized reality rap song.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Eminem. A lot of the stuff that I relate to Eminem about and what made Eminem my personal favorite MC in the game besides myself is the fact that he wrote his story. It was reality. And that's what what all of his discography is about his reality, about his upbringing, about what he goes through on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, his privileged white reality. Okay. Listen, CVR, I got
Stop. No, but he would have been able to do that without Melly Mel. So at the end of the...
No, you're wrong. Without Melly Mel, there would be no Eminem. Stop it. Stop.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Okay. I said without Melly Mel, he wouldn't have been able to curate reality rap because that's Melly Mel's lane that he basically started.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? Commercialized reality rap.
Right.
But still at the end of the
CVR, I gotta go, man.
And then my shut.
I gotta go.
Man. Yo, M over Melly Mel. M over Melly.
Okay, thank you. Okay, he's a young man. He's in his late 20s. CVR, I salute to you, man. I appreciate you. You know that. Big Eye Key tapping in. Hang on a second. It's a good response, Star. Melly Mel clapping back at Eminem. It sounds like what I would expect from a 60-year-old who rapped in the 80s. It was actually fire, maybe because I was expecting it. Yeah. The Bussy Connoisseur. Star, I'm very excited about your Bussy merchandise. I can help you get the product to fellow Bussy lovers. May I offer you a... Easy. Okay. Big Ike also says, this grown man is named Sunstar. Yeah, that's Tory's father. Purr. LMAO, shaking my head. And don't nobody give a fuck about that midget. Fuck that coconut, his oxtails, and maple syrup. Damn! Big Ike with the Tyson blow tonight. Guys, I would have to check. Melly Mel, along with Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. Salute to the homie Raheem, huh? Kid Creole. Yes, y'all. Huh? Duke Booty. And the rest, man. Cowboy. I saw Cowboy live. Kids, I was there at the first Rappers Convention in East Harlem at the Armory. I was there when Grand Wizard Theodore was there with the jean jacket with the 8-ball painted on the back. I was there with plaid pants, red suede Pumas, tweaking. Crash Crew was on stage. Sequence, gonna funk you right on up, funk you right on up. I was there. Anyway, King Tim III. Let's go back for those who really know hip-hop history. Did King Tim III have any reality rap songs? But they weren't really breakthrough like radio hits. Spring Records, 1979, King Tim III. Yes, Melly Mel has clapped back, and I have to say salute. He didn't try and update the music. No, it's that 80s shit. Dun, dun. It reminded me of God, this is going very far back. Let me not. I'm talking crazy right now. Hold on a second. Read my donation, Star. Star, I heard you were the man. Okay. Alex, you're asking something about Dwight Howard's DMs. What are you talking about? I know nothing about that, but thank you for your donation. Alex. Hey, I also want to ask you guys a question. Should we give any light to Jason Lee clapping at Gloria Velez, who's I'm very cool with, Neo and my homie TK Kirtland from New Jersey, like myself? Or should we just let Jason Lee do his thing? The hate and miss is nothing. He said some shit I didn't like. I called your boss. He called Vlad about what Gloria Velez and Neo were saying. I said, what? We'll come back to that. Let's go to area code 404. Good evening. Tory Lanez sat down for a decade. Are you up to speed? 4
Come on,
0.
come on, nigga. I'm about to kill this with a double entendre. This last night, this Zanzibar. Let me tell you why I'm mad.
Let's go.
Let me tell you something, man. Tory innocent, everybody know that. Look, let me tell you something, man. Eminem ain't got no right because during my time, chill. Okay, ho. Because during my time, white lines was the thing.
Right.
So all that other Eminem, all them, kill your mama stuff, come on, man. They ain't hip-hop.
Right.
They ain't hip-hop at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Reason, without a doubt, everybody know Tory innocent, man. I stand on that. And the powers that be that was pushing that Megan thing or whatever, everybody know the influence now is, okay, social media, this and that. Her album going triple break. I stand on that too. So all that, I ain't even into it. That's why I'm mad. That's mad rap. Everybody know that. Fat Joe with all this flexing, fudge, and lying. Niggas lying on dead people that ain't really got no voice. Come on, man. I'm glad the mad rapper responded. Niggas need to keep responding like that.
Did you hear it?
I know I ain't trying to get along.
Hang on. Last night at the Zanzibar, did you hear the mad rapper?
Yo, I'm hearing them right now. That's why I'm hyped like that. I'm hearing them right now.
Okay, listen.
I ain't hear the response, but
okay.
That's why I came in. That's why I'm mad. So anybody that know anything about the mad rapper, everybody know that's his thing.
Okay. Do me a favor, man, because you and I go back. I need you to check out the mad rapper's response. He starts talking crazy. He starts talking about the Nas and what did he say? He said some other duets, Jay-Z and Craig Mack. He said, yeah, what about the Jay-Z and Craig Mack album?
Come on, man. Yo, I don't know.
He started dumbing out.
A nigga get
out.
on the interview, they saying anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, man, niggas need to get out of this web, this internet thing, because niggas losing their mind. They saying any and everything.
Yeah.
Who cares if Fat Joe been? Yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Stop. Please, I can't help it. I can't help it. But everybody know Melody Mel still the king, and he still did his thing. And the message that's real. What's the message now? If Megan is so college educated, why all her bars is like on 8th grade, 5th grade grammar?
Okay.
Why is it all this slut talk? Why is it all this other? I mean, come on, man. Come on. I would have felt better.
If I can
I would have felt better.
If I can jump in. If I can jump in. I give him props, man, just for clapping back in the amount of time that he did, dog. I mean, and I like that he kept the vibe in the 80s. If he were to try and update it with Hit Boy and some other people, then that would have been a reach. That would have been a reach, right? It would have been a reach.
It would have been laughable.
It
would have been laughable. It would have been comical. So you go back to the essence. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Niggas that always, Eminem this. Like, come on, my nigga. What nigga is talking about putting their mom in the closet and chopping someone? Come on, man. What is that?
Yeah.
Is that hip hop? Is that hip hop?
No.
Oh, he do the metaphor. But look at what he talking about. Like, is that hip hop?
But I liked Eminem years ago. I used to call him the James Bond of hip hop years ago. But hang on a second. For those who don't know, because you call him from time to time, last night at the Zanzibar, tell these people. I don't know if Zanzibar is still around, but tell them what it was. Going back to, I remember Zanzibar in 1979. You remember the address?
No. I don't remember all that. I've been from home so long. Addresses, streets change.
430 Broad Street.
How many white lines got
Hold on. I think, was it 431 or 430 Broad Street?
I'm saying everybody downtown. Back during those times, you could go downtown and you could take pictures. You can take pictures downtown, 12 o'clock, go to the Paramount Theater. For niggas that don't know, the movie theater, everything. Right. Come on, man. Newark, stand up, nigga.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, let me cut it short. I need to get back on my thing, but
okay.
I'm glad Mel respond. Fuck Meg, her album, whatever they trying to push for her, is going triple break. And Eminem, go ahead, give it up, man. Just give it up. That's what them wannabe white boys and them corny ass niggas. But last night the Zanzibar, I'm out of here, man.
Okay, yes sir. Okay. Newt 8282 says, Star, Tory Lanez will be out before you get a shirt from FBJ. He stays going at Florida Boy Jay. Hey, salute to Mo Fax. Mo Fax went 10 toes down on yesterday's show. Oh, they are going in on Mo in the comments. Now, if you're trying to call Mo out of his name, those comments will be removed. You can get at him, but just keep it on a respectful level. We're not gonna let you just be disrespectful. And what I like about Mo is that he doesn't have to use vulgarity to express himself. He says what he says. He backs it up with facts. His name is Mo Fax, and he stands on that. But they are giving him the business on yesterday's show. Hold on a second. Forever Maryland, pardon me, I got your donation. Blade. Okay, Blade, I need some confirmation on that because I don't know if that's real or not. That looks like somebody's trolling. I don't want to spit that out there, Blade. I got your email. I need more proof, okay? Guys, let me take the time to talk about George Cascon, if I'm saying that right. the press conference after the Tory Lanez sentencing. Hold on. I got notes on top of notes on top of notes. Do you guys know who George Gascon is? Am I saying that right? He is the 43rd District Attorney for Los Angeles County. This guy was a police chief in Arizona. Extensive record, served in the U.S. Army. Former district attorney in San Francisco. College educated, history and law. However, he was pushing for the no cash bail. So that's an issue. Is he part of the problem with regards to why so many people in Los Angeles County are doing these smash and grabs? You know, that's a bit much. I've been seeing a lot of videos, as you have as well, about people doing smash and grabs in the Bay Area, Los Angeles. Anyway, this guy, George Gascon, however you say his name, when he spoke at the press conference after the Tory Lanez sentencing, he also spoke in Spanish. Now, I know the difference between someone that speaks really, really proper Spanish and someone who speaks Spanglish and that god-awful Nuyorican. Nuyorican is fucking horrible. This guy spoke very eloquently. And then he brought in, as I said earlier, a black woman, Tanisha G. Wright, the new director for Bureau of Victim Services. And they both spoke about protecting black women. Does anybody not care about that? Or if you are a YouTube content creator, a female, you want to call in and promote your platform, I would like to hear from you. We can't just be concerned about what happens to Tory Lanez. Please pay attention here this evening. I don't have black daughters, black sisters, a black mother. And I'm concerned that more people are concerned about Tory Lanez, who's not even from this fucking country. He came here, got the bag, trolling this woman, convicted. Okay, well, if you didn't shoot her, bitch nigga, who did? There, I said it. Don't come here with that stop telling, stop snitching shit. Speak up or get the fuck out of Dodge. Well, it's too late now. Pardon me. So do your time, nigga. Do your time. Area code 443. Good evening. 443.
Hey, what's up, Star?
Hey, how? Yes, sir.
How you doing? I was just calling because I'm really upset with the decision they made with the Tory Lanez situation.
Well, you've got to get off of the African headset, like you're so fucking so fucking busy and important, I'm that nigga for real. Give me my respect.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, what's cracking, sir? Let's go.
I really upset that they gave him 10 years for even if he was reckless endangerment.
Okay.
You get 10 years for reckless endangerment? He should have just shot her for real.
That's not the only reason, sir. Don't try and downplay the fucking felonies. Don't do that unless you don't like black women. Say it. I'd have more respect for you if you said I don't give a fuck about these black bitches.
I know I think black women have a history of lying.
Okay.
On guys. So Megan Thee Stallion originally came out and said she cut her foot. Then she came out again and said, I got shot in both my feet. Then she said, I don't know who shot me. So if you don't have eyes in the back of your head, how can you say Tory shot you? How you know Kelsey ain't shoot you? How you know the driver ain't shoot you? You can't just say he shot you because you don't like him. And he go to jail for 10 years. There's no evidence. So it's too much reasonable doubt. And everybody knows Jay-Z's behind that. She got a phone call from Jay-Z, and he put a battery in her back.
Sir, get Jay-Z's name out your mouth. Stop it with that old weak ass, goofy shit. Stop it. Stop it.
Everybody knows Jay-Z's the reason.
No, everybody doesn't know, sir. Come on, get serious. Serious,
think about
man.
this, right? How can he get convicted if there was no proof he shot her? No proof saying he shot her. She said she didn't even see who shot her.
So what do we do, sir? What do we do?
No proof.
Okay, what do we do?
Well, this is. But I blame him. He should have got on the stand and said what happened. He should have said, at least say, hey, look. He could have said, hey, look.
Right.
There was an argument in the car.
Yes.
He could have said it was an argument in the car. It was the young lady in the car grabbed the gun. I wrestled it from her. Some shots went off. That was it. Okay. And he wasn't being.
Sir, he did not do that.
Okay.
Sir, and I have no interest here. None. I have no business with Rock Nation. I don't know Megan Thee Stallion. He did not do what you just said. He didn't.
But let me ask you another question.
Hang on, sir. Let me ask you the real question. Right. Okay, so let's say he didn't shoot her. Somebody shot at her. She wasn't shot. It was glass, not bullet fragments. Let's say all that. Did anything happen to her, or do you just not give a fuck? Keep it real, man. Just don't give a fuck about it.
I believe. I'm gonna tell you what I believe happened to her. I believe she got mad at him because he.
No, sir, that wasn't the question. Don't answer a question now. Trying to take it off the rails. I asked you a simple question. Do you care about her? What may have happened or not?
I believe she cut her foot on some glass. Okay. Because ain't no way a person can get shot in their foot and her foot ain't broken. She twerking the next day.
Okay.
I've broken my foot and it swelled up. Her foot wasn't even swelled up.
Okay.
Like how you can break no bones, but she got shot in the foot. If she got shot in the foot, her foot ain't got no bullet hole in it.
Got you.
And he get 10 years for that. He should have just shot her in the leg. If that's the case, you get 10 years and earned the 10 years. If that was the case.
Okay.
He should have just got a reckless endangerment. If anything, he should have got a probation before judgment, reckless endangerment charge. He getting 10 years because she's saying she may have been shot in the foot, but ain't no bullet hole in her foot.
Okay. It's all fake news. Jay-Z's behind this. Rock Nation. It was all staged, and she's just a lying black bitch.
It would be.
Sir, I want to hear you say it. Sir, you've made your point. Just say she's a lying black bitch. Just say it.
She's a lying black bitch.
Thank you. There you go. And I bet you he's got a black daughter, black sister, black auntie, somebody black. With all due respect. Who's on the line? I think is that the homie? Uh-oh. Peace. Left-handed. Peace. How are you, sir?
What's good, man?
Go ahead.
What's the deal? I'm chilling. Everything's everything. I just wanted to tap in on this Melly Mel and Eminem thing. Listen, man. I feel like I kind of feel like Melly kept it in his lane. I think he should have rhymed over. He should have rhymed over a breakbeat, right? He could have rhymed over the message. He could have rhymed over Seventh Wonder and still got his point across. I give it a 6 out of 10, and that's being generous. My peer group, we came up behind Mel and Kaz and Theo and all of those dudes, right? We looked up to them dudes, and here's the thing. This generation has no respect, no regard, no consideration for what came before them.
Right.
A whole bunch of stuff talking about situations with your moms and situations with your kids and all of that. That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop. And so I get what people are talking about. But again, Melly, man, I think he could have came a lot better. I was expecting more. You said that it was a snippet or whatever the case may be. He could have killed it in a minute and 12 seconds, or however long that joint was.
Okay.
I just think that he could have rhymed over a breakbeat and did a whole lot better. He could have said that same stuff that he said over a breakbeat. And that's just my opinion on it, man. And again, I never will disrespect Melly. You know what I mean? And I heard somebody said today, well, it'd have been nice if, Flash and them could get back together. I'm like, where you been? You know what I mean? Cowboy, rest in peace, is gone. Creole is locked up.
Right.
Raheem ain't messing with them. So again, it's either you up on current events or you just talking out your ass.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. So for me, it's like, Melly, he did his thing. He spoke to what he felt was right or whatever. But I just felt like, for what he said and what he did, that was a weak effort.
Okay.
It was a weak effort.
Okay.
He could have got Flash or somebody to cut for him, and then he would have been on. It would have been a little bit better. But that's all, man. Just wanted to touch base with you,
stay
man.
with me. Stay with me.
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'm here.
I would like to see Melly Mel drag this out into 3 or 4 more responses. I want to see Melly Mel in the clubs. I might go to a club with a bottle of bub and turn up with Melly Mel. Listen, the old ass Rolling Stones. Hold on. The Rolling Stones and all these other groups are still out there making millions. I want to see Melly Mel do 3 or 4 more responses, get in the clubs, bring this nigga out in a wheelchair with a cane, with a fucking hypodermic needle in his arm from the roids, and let's all, woo! It's like a jungle sometimes. Why not? Why not?
I don't know, man, but that show is at Yankee Stadium on Friday, so he's on the bill, so he probably will, tap into that for a hot second. So it is what it is, man. I just wanted to speak my opinion on it. It's a big show at Yankee Stadium on Friday.
All right.
So
hang on.
And
Don't hang up. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. The Mad Rapper has responded. The Mad Rapper has responded to Fat Joe. Yeah.
Respect the D-Dot, man. And again, man, if anybody knows, he would know.
Well, I couldn't get D-Dot on the line,
Right.
But the Mad Rapper and I had a conversation.
Hint.
Okay.
It's in my community section. Have you checked it out yet?
Oh, I'm getting ready. I'm gonna go to it as soon as I get off the horn with you. But yeah, man, I just wanted to tap in on that, man. That situation with Melly and Eminem and things of that nature. Because now you got all these.
No. Left-handed. Excuse me, sir. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. The Mad Rapper has responded to the Puerto Rican that's been out here claiming all sorts of crazy shit. The Mad Rapper has responded. Now I'm gonna subscribe or follow Fat Joe on the gram to see what he says now. Now I want to see what he says. That's your generation, Biggie, yes, Biggie and Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I mean that's my generation. That's my generation. But that's some Bronx, uptown stuff or whatever. And again, if it's really want to take it back and really want to jump out the window, let D-Dot put a record out at 12 o'clock tonight, responding to Fat Joe. So again, Joe.
Does he have to? Does he have to? The Mad Rapper has responded. Give it a listen, and then let's talk tomorrow. Give it a listen. Let's talk tomorrow.
All right, we'll do that.
Thank you, man. Peace. Folks, this is the Star Report. Sometimes I'm a little too early with the news. I get it. Go to Panda Chop. Let me go to Panda Chop on YouTube right now. Listen, I don't miss nothing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm putting a link in my live chat to Panda Chop News on YouTube. As you know, folks, I like to promote the up-and-coming content creators, the young people. I say young with all due respect. I'm as old as dust. This guy has all the fucking news with regards to, Fat Joe. And now The Mad Rapper has responded, okay? Hey, Chelsea, I got your donation. Playing around in these international streets as a guest will get you them steel bracelets, okay? Now who's dancing? Oh, that was nice, Chelsea. Thank you for your donation. Do you have a channel you want me to promote? Yeah, well, listen, we have to be objective. And if you are foundational Black American, how can you not see this? From a coconut from Canada doing too much. Never mind what I say. The fucking judge said today at the goddamn sentencing. He took into account the campaign of misinformation that was going on for 3 years. Area code 678. Late night. Are you there? Tory Lanez sat down for a dime. What say you? 678.
Hey, I'm Nicole calling from Atlanta. How are you?
Hey, Nicole, what's cracking?
I'm good. Yeah, in another world, I'm a content creator. Nicole Veda is my IG. I'm a comedian.
What is it again?
But,
Nicole.
So the funny thing,
Nicole
I'm
what?
a comedian. Yeah, Nicole Veda. Veda. V like in Victor. A for apple. D for dog. A for apple.
Okay, Nicole Veda. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, so I was talking to one of my friends, and we were talking about domestic violence, and he had made a reference to Ike and Tina. And I was like, it's still going on. He was like, oh, it's not like back then. I said, domestic violence? So I had to send him, like, all these stats, how domestic violence has, like, really grown since the pandemic, especially with Black women. Bring me back to, like, you remember when Malcolm X was, like, the most endangered Black woman? Well, the Black woman is the most unsupported woman in the U.S. or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that. I felt like that about the whole Megan situation because it was like so much evidence. So everything was coming up, and Tory never apologized or even seemed remorseful that Megan got shot, or that she had glass on her foot. Either way it goes. And he didn't defend himself. His best friend, who was the driver,
right?
He didn't testify. He waited a week before the thing to say, "Hey, I'm going to testify."
Right. Continue.
So that's just how I felt about it. Oh no, I was just saying that's how I felt about it. I thought it was all hogwash, and even if people didn't even understand that Megan didn't even press charges. The state pressed charges.
Right.
She went to the state and said I had glass in my foot because she didn't want Tory to get in trouble.
Right.
And then even when it came out, I felt like even to the end she was defending Tory. She was the worst witness for the prosecution. Because anybody else would have been in court every day to give that the jurors that sad face. She showed up to court one time because her whole thing was she didn't want Tory. She didn't want it to go down like that. Now I guess she's writing a letter or whatever that is. So I felt like she was still supporting him to the very end.
Okay. You know, listen. I tried to be neutral. You know, when this thing first came out and just give the objective perspective. I noticed over the years a consensus of hate directed at her, whether she lied or not. But you just said, which other people have said, that she was trying to protect him in a sense, And I just think he was doing too much over that 3-year period. And the judge said today the campaigns of misinformation. This was not just a one-night shooting. This was dragging over a number of years. At some point, he should have stopped, or his goofy-ass father should have got on social media and said, son, stop. Let's just fall back. What do you think about that?
Right. Well, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly because I feel like his defense team did a horrible job.
Yeah. Because
they never carried the defense as if the prosecutor pressed charges. They carried the defense as if Megan pressed charges. Right. So they went on this whole smear campaign of Megan, who is the prosecutor's star victim or whatever. That right there, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose every time. You didn't even argue the case. The case was that you had an unregistered gun and you shot the gun. That was what the case was. And it was like they didn't even talk about none of that stuff. I mean, it was like, oh, the gun came from Canada. Then we didn't hear any more about where the gun came from. We just knew it came from Canada. But they didn't even make a case of saying, okay, well, the gun, Kelsey shot the gun. And then when people are like, oh, well, Kelsey, she got immunity. Yeah, she got immunity because if y'all heard the court cases, they were going to drop Meg off somewhere. They were going to, like, take Meg and drop her off. And all three of them were for doing that until the police were called and showed up.
Right.
And so that's why she got immunity, because she was going to be a part of the fact that she tried to shoot Megan. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. If I can just say this also, not that anybody has to agree with me, but, over the decades, I've seen so many other people come from different countries and benefit off of not just capitalism, which is a beautiful system, but rap music. And then they turn around and shit on it. And I took offense to him, his actions, and I don't care about other people who he's had beef with. I forget that guy's name. He had beef with another rapper. I think one of the Jenner's boyfriends. But just doing too.
Travis. Yeah,
Travis Scott. But just doing too much, and it was almost like a slap in the face. Hang on, a slap in the face. A slap in the face of, and I'm going to say, ADOS, Foundational Black Americans. Do that shit where you come from. Do that shit up in Canada. And, as opposed to coming here and just, and this is not even about me, caping for this girl, but, just shitting on her. Damn. I'll let you finish up.
Okay, no, but that's, again, the defense team, they could have spent that story, because this is the whole issue with that. His father, they were living in Florida. His father was having issues with him. He couldn't handle him anymore. Yeah. So he kept getting in trouble. Yeah. So he sent him to live with his cousin in New York. Well, the cousin in New York, he couldn't handle Tory either. So he sent him to Canada to live with his grandma. His grandma ended up, by the time he was like 15 or 14, putting him out. And he was ended up living on the streets. Yeah. So it was like, you don't respect America. You got kicked out by your dad. You got kicked out. You can't even live in this country. You had to go to freaking Canada. And then you come back to this country and show out again. What happened the first time you showed out? You got kicked out. Right. It's like you ain't even learned.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate your call. And you say you're on Instagram, Nicole VDA?
V, A as in apple, B as in dog, A as in apple. It's my mom's name. It's like that movie Veda. It's Nicole Veda. I got like 70,000 followers. You'll see me.
Okay. I appreciate the call. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now. Okay. We're discussing the Tory Lanez sentencing, folks. I jumped out the window earlier, and I'm glad I did, because it's just been concerning to me. I don't have any biological kids, but if I had a daughter and somebody shot at her or shot her, you guys can play around with that, I want answers. I don't give a fuck about your don't tell, stop snitching, bullshit, street code nonsense. Star Report, I'm back in the building. Tuesday evening, we're having a good discussion here about the Tory Lanez sentencing today. He was convicted. For those who don't know, let me give you a little backstory here. Sentenced to 10 years after found guilty of shooting hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion in the foot after the pair left a Los Angeles party in 2020, okay? The hearing began Monday and wrapped up Tuesday, which is today, okay? Megan Thee Stallion, 28 years of age, and Tory Lanez, 31 years of age. Salute again to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who used to say on multiple occasions, I have many of his cassettes of his speeches, Savior's Day and other things. Police yourselves so the white man doesn't have to. I don't accept, it's a big fucking mystery. It's a conspiracy. Jay-Z, everybody knows. Grow the fuck up. If he didn't shoot her, get to the bottom of it. You get to the bottom of it. I was on the phone today with two people from Philly, and I'm looking for the shooter who shot not just Gilly's son and killed him, but two other people. I do work, folks. I have a 501c3. I have to do work. Good people that I'm speaking to, but I'm saying, hey, can you give me the name? Both of them started out in the conversation saying, yeah, no, people know. I said, well, give me the name. And I don't know. Well, you just said people know. Give me the name. I'll be in Philly next week. I'm going to the police. I have business in Philly, which is where I started my Start Snitching campaign. Google it. 2011, Troy Terrain, Start Snitching. I was on CBS 3 News. I'm not fucking joking around. They wouldn't give me a name. I said, okay, well, I guess you're more impressed with the gang shit, the street shit. I'm not going to disrespect the people who I spoke to, but I'm tired of just conspiracies and street shit and nobody wants to say nothing. But yet and still you want to scream fucking white supremacy. You want to get mad when police pull you over. We'll fight back. Area code 310. Good evening. Tory Lanez. Sentence. Got him. Yeah. Got him. Yep.
Got him. What's up, sir? This is Lucani.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. What's cracking?
Yes, sir. So I gotta be real quick. Well, look, I'm just glad they got Tory Lanez 10 years, and 10 years is not enough. It's not enough.
Let's go, Lucani.
It's not enough.
Let's go.
It's not enough, right? It doesn't matter if Megan lied or whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was charged by the state of California, right? You come here, you got a driver and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he invited you to a party, and then you have a gun? Really? Nobody's trying to rob no Tory Lanez in a blacked out SUV. Everybody got one here.
Right.
Everybody. Every look, sir, I work in West LA by the beach, by the airport. You see those blacked out SUVs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Calabasas, it's the same thing.
Right.
You see that stuff everywhere. Nobody's trying to rob you or jack you. You went to a party, you had a gun, and you shot the gun.
Yeah.
Right? 10 years is not enough.
Mm.
And you're a foreigner.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep. No respect for American
You're
soil.
not respecting the land.
No respect for American
soil. You're not
soil.
respecting America.
Yeah.
All right? 10 years is not enough. And no appeal. And you know what, so like some people talk about California is liberal, it's a blue state. Yeah. 10 rounds, that's all you can have.
Mm. Yeah.
10 rounds.
Lucani, I need you before you go. Hang on a second. I know you said you got to make this quick. You called in a week or two ago and you gave Akon that smoke. I let you go and you spit bars. People still remember that. Akon was recently on the Drink Champs. Did you see he was wearing a bootleg Dior jacket? It said Drior. They zoomed in, the troll babies. It said D-R-I-O-R, Drior. Did you catch
African
that?
shit, so.
What's that?
African shit.
African shit.
Yeah, typical African shit. Typical African shit.
Yeah,
he probably got that shit in Greece or somewhere.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. It said Drior. I said, oh shit, the nigga's wearing a bootleg Dior jacket on Drink Champs. Now, who did he give a bootleg watch to? Was it French Montana troll babies? Who did he give a
French Montana?
French Montana.
I believe so.
Yeah, so this hoe ass nigga, Akon, running around here with a fucking rug on his goddamn head, wearing Drior jackets on the Drink Champs. If you get time, man, just Google that shit, man. It's funny as fuck, but hey, man, I appreciate you.
Too funny stuff.
Everything else good?
I'm out, so.
All right, salute. Okay. All right. That's Luke Caney from the Congo. Did anybody catch that? Akon on the Drink Champs with a Dior jacket. Fuck ass nigga. Guys, that's my email address on the screen for advertising. Brand new marketing decks with new analytics. You have to see what we're doing here, okay? 100 Acre Woods, good to hear from you, man. Okay, he says, big nig, read email on stream. Okay, which one? Can you send it here? There's my email address. Good to hear from you, 100 Acre Woods. How are you, man? Lex Diamond, salute. How many 8 balls did you do to White Lines? Oh, my goodness. What year did that song come out? White Lines, go away. Da-doom, 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 da-doom. What year was that? I'll tell you right now. Da-doom, 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 da-doom. Oh! Hiya, baby. Don't ever come down. 1983. Oh, my goodness. I was sniffing heavy in 83. Don't remind me. I'm ashamed of those times. Thank you for your donation, Lex Diamonds, okay? Jason got your donation. My favorite atheist. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support, okay? Newt says, if envy goes on the run, just check the garbage. Guys, in my community section, download it now because I'm not going to keep it there for 24 hours. DJ Envy is sending out cease and desist letters. This makes the 6th and 7th person that has now filed a lawsuit against DJ Envy, Rashawn Casey, and Cesar Pena. This is an exclusive. I sent this to Tony the Closer today. He didn't know about this one. He responded and said, my brother. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Luke Caney, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Oh, shit. The man who I respect, you went 10 toes down. I see you in the comments. Mo Fax, good evening, sir.
How you doing, Star?
I'm doing, Mo. Good to hear from you.
Oh, you know, so I ain't gonna be long, but I just had to show my face to let them know I'm tripling down on what I said.
Let's go.
And I'm standing on what I said. Everybody that clapped at me in the comments got clapped back at because what I do is I stand on logic and reason, and what I also try to do is provide a different perspective and mind state for how black people, black men specifically, should move.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to touch on a couple of your topics. This Megan Thee Stallion thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tory Lanez, and see, this is why I'm objective and I'm logical.
Right.
Even if Jay-Z had the power to push the button on him, he need to show that man his respect. You can't go out here and you're saying talk about one of his top artists. She was one of the hottest artists at the time, sitting down with Maxine Waters,
mm-hmm.
you know, doing Harper Bazaar. She wasn't doing no average hood chick moves. They were trying to spin her over into politics.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if she had that kind of clout, you got to sit down, you got to go to Jay-Z, you got to kiss the ring and be like, I'm sorry, write me one of them letters, or them 70 letters, and use that power, you know, to get me off.
Mm-hmm.
We have to move wisely these days. So that's all I got to say about the Megan Thee Stallion thing. And another thing, the black woman media, independent media, show their power with Tory Lanez. They are heavy in these YouTube streets. All of these domestic violence channels, all of these pro-black women channels, they got power and they pushed the button on him. They had a big reason. They had a big part of the reason why he was handled the way he was. And it is. I have 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
It is concerning the mental health of some of these young black boys and men and their attitudes towards women.
Yes.
There's a dark side to the red pill.
Yeah.
There is a real dark side to the red pill.
Mm-hmm.
We can critique our women. We can be critical of them, but we got to do it out of a sense of love. You feel what I'm saying?
If I can
all
jump
I gotta
in.
say about that.
Stay with me.
Go ahead.
Stay with me if I can jump in. You know, most people know my true intentions, and for those who don't know me, I don't care what they think, but there's many female YouTubers who I do acknowledge. I like what they do. I've met many of them: Lovely T, Paris Milan, Tasha K, Neek at Night, and the list goes on and on. Daytime with Tea Time, and I think it's great that they got together on this one. I really do. Candace, Daytime with Tea Time, Candace, I forgot. I think it's great that they got together on this one. I don't like the fact, as a man of my age, of my caliber, that someone was either shot or shot at, and this fucking culture doesn't want to dig and get the truth. I want to know who discharged that gun. And if he's not man enough to take the stand and speak up, fuck him. Fuck Tory Lanez. I want the answer. I'm so old. I've gone through the whole Biggie, Tupac, the mystery, the countless documentaries, the countless conspiracies. I'm sick of that shit, man. I just want to say that before we move on. I had to say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So just take the stand or take the time, Tory. That's all I gotta say. Take the stand or take the time.
Very well
I just
said.
want to move over to the Melly Mel
Go ahead.
situation and Eminem. We gotta show the legends they respect, and with that, they get the respect to be old haters. That's part of it. You see it with basketball, Charles Barkley and people like that.
Mm-hmm.
They are old. That's part of the game.
Right.
You're gonna have the old people be critical of the young guys. It's a rite of passage thing that you have to go through.
Right.
They're gonna critique you, but you let this visitor in our culture. Let's just keep it real. Eminem is a visitor in our culture, because hip hop is nothing but the continuation of soul music. That's all it is. And soul music, you got to have a soul to make soul music. That's period. That's what it is.
Okay.
And for him to be disrespectful and call that man a boy, as a man from the South, that just don't sit well with me.
Right.
People will say, well, he just meant it in a hip hop way. No. I would even go as far to say the word boy is more disrespectful than the N-word from where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
Because the N-word, you can look at it a certain way and be like, oh, okay, y'all gave him the N-word pass or whatever. I don't respect that, but it is what it is. But when you say boy, you're relegating me down to less than a man.
Okay.
And that didn't sit well with me when I heard it,
right.
And I don't like it. And people trying to give Eminem credit of talking about all the wild, did this to my mom kind of rap. Cam did that on Confessions in 96 when it first came out on the Clue tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Eminem got that from and ran with it.
Good point.
You see what I'm saying? Like that wasn't even original for that part of it. And honestly, the only thing Eminem really gave us that is lasting is the word stand. I got to give him that credit. See, I'm not a hater. I'm objective. So we got to give him that credit, but he's still a visitor in hip hop, and he will always be a visitor. Same way with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God,
this is our music. These are our spirituals. That's what hip hop is. These are our Negro spirituals.
Right.
It's just a different form of it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold your line up. I know people mad at me, but this is the hater report on the Star Report. Y'all know how we do. Y'all want to sit me down, get the bag up.
Hang on.
You want to sit me down, get the bag up. Go ahead, Star.
So yesterday's show, you went 10 toes down about the boat captain who got jumped. People are still getting at you. So you're not going to address this on your platform, MoFax, on YouTube?
I might, but I'm not saying it to be clout. This is not really to be clout. And I'll say it like this: I'll wait for the whole thing to play out. I always lag a little bit when I make content because I like to see the whole story develop.
Right.
I'm not a person that do the trending thing. I like to see it play out in its full totality. But I'll just say this one thing about the case. You see they gave the 3 white boys, they done charged them mostly misdemeanors. And what they're setting up now with the media is, we still might have to charge more people. Who are those more people? Yeah. And I want to see what the charges are for the black people. See, white supremacy is a numbers game. They going to get the white boys, but let's see what they give the black people, what kind of time, charges, and everything else they give them. So I'm not going to address it now. Okay. I'm going to reserve my right to say I will in the future, but I want to see how this plays out fully. Sorry, you always been good to me.
I appreciate
Like I said,
yes, sir.
If you want to sit me down, get the bag up, put some respect on the Star Report name. Yes, y'all know how we do it over here.
Thank you, Mo.
And I'm signing out. Peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Mo Facts tapping in. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I want to make sure that I'm promoting my sponsors. Okay. IASLiveMusicReview.com. It's been a while since we spoke. If you guys want to call in, talk about what's going on your platform, please let me know when it's a good time for you. Okay. Sir Shy, got your donation. Star Luke Haney eats fire ants. Fire ants pot pie and gorilla steaks. M. Clark, where are you, sir? Okay. M. Clark, I don't know your number, man. You gotta say what area code, dog. It's just, man, I don't remember. Everybody, hold on a second. Okay, who is this? Hold on. Okay, I have to. Somehow you went to my spam folder. Who are you? Hold on a second, guys. While I'm sorting this out, let me bring in another caller, and then I want to go to PayPal donations. Okay. Area code 272. Good evening. Tory Lanez sat down for a decade. He's got to do 85% of that time. Your thoughts? Do you care about Megan Thee Stallion?
No, I feel like, I'll be honest with you. That shit was botched from day one. The whole case was botched.
Okay.
And on top of that, we never gonna know what the real story. And I agree with you. Tory should have got on that stand.
Yeah.
But the problem with people not understanding is the minute they knew Tory was a chance of him going on that stand, that prosecutor ran to the judge and said, hey, if he goes on that stand, we bringing up everything about him and his past. Whether it was good or bad, we was gonna bring it up. And people understand, once you put yourself on the stand, anything about you become criminal. They can say whatever you did, or remember he had to fight with he had a fight recently, you know what I'm saying, with Augustina. They would have brought that up in court. So they'd have made him look bad. So I went and took the stand if it was me also. But at the same aspect, that case was biased. The jury was rushing because it was a holiday. And he even said, if we don't get a verdict, we're going to come back in after the holiday unless y'all come up with a verdict before the holiday. They rushed that verdict. That verdict came before the holiday. They rushed it.
Okay.
But if you looked at it, I always say this, people understand that case was botched from the door. There was no gun, right? We ain't hear about them finding the gun, right? That was number one. Number two, there was no gunpowder on his hand, right? So if there's no gunpowder on his hands, how can you tell me he shot that gun? And number two was the witness. The one witness that put the gun in Tory Lanez's hand was the same witness that was on Tory's team. He was their witness.
Right. And
whatever happened, he went with the prosecutor. And if you heard the statements that he was saying, he kept bottling everything he was saying. So, do I feel bad for the brother? Yeah. But the last caller said something about the black media with the females and all that. To me, all they did was report about the case. They wasn't trying to tear Tory Lanez down. They just reported what they were seeing in a court case. But at the same match, when they saying he wasn't feeling remorse, how can you want somebody to feel remorse about something if they know in their heart they didn't do it?
Okay, let me jump in. Making that statement or the statements that he made at the sentencing, that's when you say anything, my nigga, to save yourself. That's when you at least find a way, in my opinion, to say something nice about the woman who you've already been convicted for shooting. All this social media shit, it's lovely, it's beautiful, but he was convicted, and today was sentencing time. So whether he's the person who shot the gun or not, he was convicted. Wouldn't you agree? Now's the time to show mercy. His father was asking for mercy.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But I also agree that the judge.
Let me just finish this point, and then I'll let you close it out. I'm sick of this little game. Maybe I'm just that old man where I'm tired of regurgitating news stories, and now we got these new fuck niggas. He's a fuck nigga. We got these new fuck niggas, and they still wanna keep this stop snitching, oh, don't tell, all of that same bullshit. Now you've got the power of the media. You've got the power. During my generation, we had the fucking CBS, NBC, ABC, WPIX. You couldn't say shit. Now you got the power, and you're using the power to fucking beef and argue and troll. I mean, I'm with the trolling, don't get me wrong. I'm not with the beef and dumb shit. But it's not getting to the bottom of what happened. I want to know what happened. And as Mo just said, if you're not going to tell what happened, nigga, go to the penitentiary. I'll let you finish up.
I would say this. He should have took the stand because in the beginning, first of all, I think that the lawyer he had, that lawyer was a bad lawyer. He definitely was a bad lawyer because the case was a circumstantial case anyway. But the minute that I knew, and this is just my opinion, the minute his lawyer seen Meg get on that stand and lie about that relationship between them, and the prosecutors brought out that it was a relationship, there was no way his lawyer didn't attack her. He should have ridiculed her and attacked her from there. But when he didn't do that, and he tried to play the long game, but he didn't play the long game right, I knew from the rip it was over for him. But it was something else that people don't understand, that people got to look at why the judge did what he did. Anytime a judge knows there's a possibility that you're going to try to appeal, they're going to give you that time because they feel like you disrespecting them. Because anytime somebody go for appeal, a lot of people don't understand. Once somebody go for appeal, it don't go to that judge. It goes to higher court now. You understand?
Let me cut you off right there, sir, in case you didn't hear me earlier. Here's a fact of law with regards to the appellate level, okay? The only way to get an appeal at the appellate level is if there was a trial error. Okay, so niggas got to get this out of their mind. Yeah, I'm going to appeal this shit. It doesn't always work like that, especially in California. But I'll let you finish up. I got to take a few more calls, man. Close this out.
I got him doing 5 years. He deported him. And the last caller said something about the three.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the last caller. He's on the line, respectfully. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Chubby, I got your donation. Tory should have hit Meg with a chair instead. Save the bullet. Mo Fax also wanted the Jeezy Gucci verses shot up too. Okay, calling him a fake intellectual country bumpkin. Okay. Big Eye Key says, I mentioned the PDs because protect the black women usually disappears when they do something. And once again, F that hair hair planted, fishnet, whining, ragamuffin. Okay. Star, why is it always that dumb niggas that turn into lawyers after the fact? Hang up on that. Okay, who's that? Not sure who he was talking about. Guys, Devious J, I want you to go check him out on YouTube. Are you calling in? I'm not going to say this guy's name unless he wants to call in. I'll let you be my last caller if you want to call in. I just responded to your text. I'm not going to say your name. Guys, I'm going to finish up here. I need you to go to my community section and check out the Mad Rapper responding to Fat Joe. Go to his YouTube channel and leave a comment. Now is the time. I've already tagged Lil' Kim. I tagged Diddy. Who else did we tag? Hip Hop DX, New York Times, New York Post. Joe, you're out of line. You're out of order. Derek's, I got your donation. Good to hear from you, my alleged cousin. And a few more cash apps before I call it a night. Monty, which Monty? I got your donation. FBJ does the jazz hands when he buys a new thong. Okay. Hey, Janet. Janet says the closed grand jury process is the true criminal. Okay. You are my last caller, Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9. Good evening, sir. Number 9.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. My question is, when did niggers become litigators? I mean, I'm hearing these blacks talk about the trajectory of a bullets and no gunpowder on their heads. The niggas going to jail for shooting a woman. Like, what are you black bastards arguing about? I mean, this dumb Canadian nigga shot a woman. And he was found guilty of shooting this woman. That's it. He shot her. You know, then they're going to tell me Jeffrey Dahmer didn't eat people. Oh, I mean, it's just, hello, the grass is green and the sky is blue and this dumb nigger shot this woman. The end of the story. The end. Good night. You got these niggas calling up, and it's like a nigga Law and Order episode. What are you, a lawyer? I mean, come on.
So did you see some of this sentencing, or you just heard about it and you're responding? Number 9.
Yeah, I just heard about it. I got no time to watch some dumb rapper get locked up as if we haven't seen that before. Yeah. I mean, I had no time for it. I mean, I'm worried about globalism, foreign intervention, and an invasion at the borders, while the rest of the niggas worried about Tory Lanez. I mean, How many migrants are coming into New York City per day? Is it like thousands? I saw some crazy report. They're talking in the hundreds of thousands are not only being bussed in, but being flown in major airports like JFK and Westchester Airport. But, back to some nigger who shot a stripper in an SUV. Yeah. Yeah. That's big news. That's big news.
Hey, man, did you hear Melly Mel's response to Eminem? I really want your opinion on that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, but I got nothing against Eminem calling Melly Mel a boy. We live. It's a different era.
Okay.
Eminem is part of this. He's a cult. Eminem is also a cultural icon, just as Melly Mel is. Eminem paved the way for the quote unquote white boy rapper. He's the biggest white boy rapper of all time, so he's a cultural icon to many. So I think
there were others before him. There were others before him.
Oh, there were.
Yeah.
MC Search and, people of that ilk. But
Vanilla Ice.
To a whole.
Vanilla Ice.
Right. Vanilla Ice, right. But they never reached the heights of Eminem. Not one of them. Not one of them. Not in record sales. Not in record sales. Not in.
But no, Vanilla Ice sold a gazillion units, but he caught a lot of flack, a lot of kickback because he looked crazy at that particular point in time. Eminem, kicked the door in, yes, but worldwide, hip hop was already worldwide before Eminem. I have to be real with that. He found his lane. But, you had Public Enemy out there, in every fucking country. White people love Public Enemy. So Eminem went out there and he repped for the white people, yes, but hip-hop was already worldwide. I can't just sit back and say, oh, yeah, because of Eminem and, Germany and Prague. No, that's not reality. But go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Public Enemy was huge in places like Germany and in France in the late 1980s. But I think Eminem has carved a niche for himself and put himself in a position where he'll be looked at as a cultural icon for being that individual who happens to be white that became the biggest white rapper of all time. There were many before. There were several before him, but none of them reached the heights that he did. Not even in that same vein. Yeah. But again, Melly Mel, he's iconic as well. But again, I think Eminem owned the right. I would have called him nigger and boy on the track, but
no,
I would have called him a nigger and boy.
Easy. That wasn't happening.
I know. I would have put. What do I know?
But now,
I'm just a teller.
Hang on a second. Let me throw you a curveball here. I was adding sauce to the whole Eminem calling Melly Mel boy. But now his history, what was at one point in time, or his credibility towards black people was questioned. But I forget what year that was when he made a track, Black Girls Are Stupid, Black Girls Are Dumb. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Let me Google that. Or can you Google that? Can you Google
was
that?
Was he that far off?
It was a mixtape. No, let's keep it real. Eminem. Black girls are stupid. Black girls are dumb. Now, he made this supposedly about his black girlfriend, but he said it. Black. Since you brought it up.
Didn't he apologize for it?
He apologized after Benzino and others exposed that particular track. I forget what year that happened, but so he's got a history of saying slick shit. Anyway,
now tell me this: when did a black rapper ever have to apologize to a white woman for calling her an offensive term?
Well, listen, if you want to switch it around, that's fine. But we're talking about Eminem, the biggest white rapper.
Okay.
He apologized.
Well, yeah.
He apologized in 2003. For those who don't know, that's some old shit. A lot of people today don't know about. Anyway. Hey, man, good to hear from you. How's Mitch McConnell doing? I heard that he was in his hometown giving a speech, and they booed him, and they said, it's time to retire. Stop it. You look crazy.
He was, Mitch, 80-year-old Mitch was booed so hard, they drowned him out of the speech. You couldn't even hear what he's saying. He was booed. It was creepy. He said, you old neocon, get the hell off the stage.
Yeah, enough's enough.
Blah, 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 blah. I mean, a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
These thinking politicians.
Yeah.
These deep state politicians. I mean, they've done nothing but just destroy the fabric of this country with their machinations and their corrupt policies. The Republicans just as bad, many of them. These rhinos, these neocons, And then you got the other one up there. He should run for the prime minister of Israel. Are you running for the president, or are you running for the prime minister of Tel Aviv?
Number 9, hold on a second. Hold on. Darix, is that you? Darix.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, listen, I got
to talk to this fucking coon.
Listen,
tired of hearing your bullshit. You got me on with 9?
He's right there.
Yeah, I'm wide awake. You fucking coon. You spear chucker. Listen, motherfucker, you ain't one of us. When did you come over to this country?
Number 9, do you want to talk to Darix? You want to talk to him, number 9?
Yeah, he wants to talk to me. He don't spend no money, you fucking security guard. I'll let you watch some shit in my house, bro. You can cut my grass like a fucking spick. Nigga, you talk hot shit for a fucking immigrant.
All right, guys, one at a time.
You got raped in prison?
Number 9, can you let him go first? What? Let him go first. Darix, go ahead.
Yeah, you got a lot of bullshit talking like a fucking... Can we use the F word?
Yeah, go ahead and curse. You spent money. Go ahead and curse.
Yeah, you fucking immigrant. You ain't nothing but a fucking spear-chucking, wet-back fucking immigrant, fucking goddamn Haitian. Nigga, when did you come over to this goddamn country? You talking all slick like a Republican, like that fucking cunt that they got up in the White House, the fucking press speaker. Nigga, get the fuck out of my country if you don't like the shit we talk about and what we do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk about the kid, but we already know you like the pink toes.
All right, easy. Okay, Darix, let number 9 respond.
I ain't talking.
Let number 9 respond.
Well, I'm tired of this motherfucker's bullshit.
Right, let him respond.
Respond, you fucking coon.
You know what I used to do when I used to walk through your neighborhood?
Suck dick. You couldn't walk through my neighborhood, motherfucker.
Darix, let him respond. Good. Number 9, you have the floor.
You know what I used to do? I'd see that stumble bum in front of the bodega, his father, and I throw him $1. I said, "Go inside, Johnny, and get you a nip." I said, "Go inside there, go inside that bodega, get you a nip and get 2 Lucy's, get 2 Lucy's," as his daddy was begging and talking about the stuff that he used to do back in the '60s. But no power.
No, you couldn't get past Bloomfield, let alone Glen Ridge. And then you had to come to Montclair. Now, then you would go past the fucking Cedar Grove and all that. Yo, these are sundown towns. Montclair is a fucking upscale neighborhood with motherfuckers. And now we got a bunch of you motherfuckers coming and living up in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's a problem. Did you vote for Biden? Who'd you vote for?
You're a typical nigger who has no power. What power do you have?
Wow, you got some balls.
You have nothing.
And you work so hard. You motherfucking monkeys work so goddamn hard. But meanwhile, your country's in shambles.
Right.
Your country's in shambles, and you come over here and fuck pink toes.
Right.
You fucking house nigga. You ain't even a house nigga. Because even a house nigga had enough sense to know when to shut the fuck up and wipe his feet off before he walks in somebody's house.
It's niggas like you. It's niggas like you.
Niggas like what? Yo, the last time a motherfucking immigrant called me a nigga, he got his teeth.
Folks, in my community section, the Mad Rapper has responded to Fat Joe. Joe, you got to get help. Go to rehab.
Yeah, another fucking immigrant. Oh, no, I think he's a spick. He comes from that goddamn fucking welfare state over there where we test our bombs over there in fucking Puerto Rico. Yeah.
That's Vieques, to be exact.
Hip-hop. Vieques. Puerto Ricans, get the fuck out of here, you fucking spicks. You fucking Haitians. You got my kids are half coon. They're half Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers need to show some goddamn respect when you come over in my land, my country.
Where did you
see that ass whooping?
Folks, that's my alleged Italian cousin, Darix.
Man, you have no power.
Alleged.
You have nothing.
Nigga.
You have no. You
are you out of your fucking mind?
Hold on.
We have no power. We influence every point of the fucking globe.
Sir,
foundational Black Americans impact every part of the globe. You want to come over here and fuck the fat white bitches that we was fucking.
You have no power, sir. Your own neighborhoods don't belong to you.
You fucking have a fag. A mouth is
a mouth. They belong to the Jews.
What kind of
they belong to the Hispanics.
Is that,
you have no power in your neighborhood.
All right, guys, we're dropping F-bombs now. All right, Derek's good to talk to you.
You have no economic power.
Number 9.
You have no political power. You have no social power. You have no power. The FBA song is nice. I respect it. But you have no power.
Okay, let's talk about the Haitian power. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's speak on that.
I used to give your father $1 every time I walked in front of that bodega. That's power. That's power. I used to give that old
bodega.
And you know what I used to tell him to do? I used to tell him to tap dance.
That's some spick shit.
I used to tell him to tap dance for me, and I'd give him $2.
Well, first of all, my father was assistant deputy chief of the East Orange Fire Department.
Ronaldo.
And anybody that's a firefighter, let me speak. Anybody that's a firefighter knows that position doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. But he scored 100 on the test, and he fought, and they made the position. What'd your father do? Oh, do you know your father? Probably not.
Not your
do you know your father?